Carlo stepped out of a shimmering rift and found himself in a bustling, modern city, nothing like the world he'd come from. He went straight to a detective, asking for help to track down a man whose demon took the form of a sea eagle. This stranger, like Carlo, had crossed from the demon world into this one. The detective, greedy for more money, tried to raise his fee. Carlo responded by revealing his snake demon, its beady eyes locking on the man until fear robbed him of words. A deal was struck, and Carlo slipped back through the rift into his own world, a place where magic and science walked hand in hand, and every human was born with a living, animal-shaped soul by their side. These demons changed form while their owners were young, settling into a single shape in adulthood. If one died, so did the other. Lyra had grown up with her demon at Jordan Academy, left there as a child by her uncle, Lord Asriel. She'd been waiting years for his return. One day, word spread that Asriel was back from an expedition to the Arctic. Determined to see him, Lyra snuck into the conference hall where he was expected. Hiding behind furniture, she witnessed something shocking, the master of the college sprinkling poison into Asriel's wine. Moments later, Asriel entered. At the last second, Lyra burst out of hiding, knocking the glass away and warning him. Surprisingly, he showed no panic, smashing a vase to cover the moment. He hid her inside a chest and whispered for her to stay quiet. Only later did Lyra learn why her uncle was in such danger. He had brought back 2 photographs. One showed a man surrounded by a mysterious golden haze, dust, a phenomenon the church strictly forbade anyone to discuss. The other, once treated with special chemicals, revealed something even more dangerous, a city hidden within the northern lights. If people knew there were other worlds, the church's centuries-old control would crumble. That's why such knowledge was buried, and why Asriel's work was a threat. When he prepared to return to the Arctic, Lyra begged to go with him. He refused, warning that her safety was tied to the fate of the entire demon world. Soon after, the master handed her over to a beautiful, elegant woman named Mrs. Coulter, giving Lyra a golden compass unlike any other. Only 6 existed in the world, he said, and it could guide her to the truth, but she must tell no one about it. Clutching the compass, Lyra boarded Mrs. Coulter's airship, unaware her life was about to change forever. Carlo released his demon, the elegant serpent Griselle, and let it glide ahead through the shadows. She led him into an ancient underground tomb, where a pale skull rested in the dust. The moment his fingers brushed the bone, Carlo understood the gravity of what he had found. The skull belonged to an explorer who had uncovered proof of another world, a truth the church would kill to hide. As a high-ranking church official, Carlo reported his discovery to McKellen, the leader. The order was clear: silence the news at any cost, and accelerate the demon separation experiments. If successful, the church would hold power over not just their world, but the entire universe. Meanwhile, Lyra had arrived in glittering London with Mrs. Coulter. The luxury was dazzling, and she longed to bring her friend Roger to live with her. But she didn't know he had already been kidnapped by the church's shadowy agents, the Gobblers, along with other children, including Billy, the son of the Egyptian people. Despite the comfort, Lyra's unease grew. She noticed something unnatural. Coulter's demon, Ozymandias, could leave her side and roam freely, something no demon was supposed to do without killing its human. Then Lyra caught Coulter in secret meetings with church officials. Before she could overhear the truth, she was caught. In a chilling display, Coulter ordered Ozymandias to attack Lyra's demon. The pain was instant and unbearable, a reminder that demons and humans shared one life. That night, Lyra clutched the golden compass the master had given her. At first, it was still, but slowly, its hands began to move. She realized Coulter was hiding something dangerous. When Coulter went out, Lyra crawled through the ventilation shaft into her private study. Inside were strange blueprints, machines designed to rip demons away from their humans. Lyra didn't yet know Coulter led the Gobblers, who were abducting children for these brutal experiments. But she would soon see the cost. A journalist named Adele had tried to warn Lyra during a party. Carlo intercepted her, seizing her butterfly demon and crushing it, killing Adele instantly. In this world, killing a demon meant killing the human. Horrified by Coulter's true nature, Lyra fled. Coulter discovered her escape too late. On the road, Lyra met the Egyptians, a proud, wandering people searching for their stolen children. Their king confirmed what Lyra feared: Roger was taken by the Gobblers. Determined, she joined them on a journey north to bring the children home. Mrs. Coulter scoured Jordan College for anything she could find about Lyra. Eventually, she unearthed a book about the Golden Compass. The master confirmed it was in Lyra's possession, and Coulter's anger boiled over. She ordered her agents to capture the girl at all costs. The next day, a church airship spotted the Egyptians. Soldiers moved in, but Billy's mother managed to hide Lyra, allowing her to slip away undetected. Seeing the danger escalate, King John FAA decided they would head north immediately in search of the missing children. Lyra knew the exact map they needed was hidden in Coulter's study. That night, Tony and Benjamin crept into Coulter's apartment under Lyra's instructions. They found the experimental blueprints, but Ozymandias, Coulter's demon, caught them. Coulter herself stormed in and shot Benjamin. His demon was killed by Ozymandias moments later. To buy Tony time, Benjamin broke free, then leapt from the upper floor, dying instantly along with his demon. Far away, Lyra consulted the golden compass and felt the truth. Benjamin was dead. She rushed to tell Father Coram, but before she could, two strange, metallic insects darted into her room. She crushed one, but the other escaped. Coram explained they were the church's spy devices, and the surviving one had already reported back. They had to leave immediately. Tony returned with a map showing the children had been moved to a research station in the Arctic. John FAA ordered the group to begin the perilous journey north. In a frozen outpost, Lyra met iorek Bernison, once king of the armored bears of Svalbard. Towering and terrifying, he could have swallowed her whole, but Lyra saw an ally, not a monster. Still, iorek refused to be anyone's bodyguard. Lyra then sought out Lee Scoresby, a Texan aeronaut and adventurer. He told her iorek had been exiled after the church stole his armor, the source of his strength and honor. Without it, he'd lost his standing among the bears. The next day, Lyra made iorek an offer. If he helped her rescue the kidnapped children, she would help him find his armor. She used the golden compass to locate it, hidden in a church storehouse. iorek charged into the town, smashing the doors open and hurling the priest out a window. Soldiers swarmed, but their bullets bounced harmlessly off his reclaimed armor. Within minutes, 2 soldiers were down and the captain was pinned to the ground. Only Lyra's voice stopped iorek from killing him. Lee Scoresby arrived, and together they calmed the bear. Before the group departed, Father Coram took Lyra to see an old friend connected to the witches. Hearing their plight, the man gave her a sprig of cloud pine, a token that could summon witch allies in moments of danger. With preparations complete, the party set out for the north. Then the golden compass shifted, pointing Lyra towards something urgent. She bid a quick farewell to John FAA, climbed onto iorek's back, and followed the needle's pull to a silent, snowbound village. Every door was shut. The streets were empty. Lyra followed the compass's pull to a lonely wooden cabin at the edge of a silent village. Pushing the door open, she froze. On the floor, pale and gasping, was Billy, the boy who'd been missing for days. But something was horribly wrong. His demon was gone. It was like his soul had been ripped away. She rushed him back, but it was too late. Without his demon, Billy faded, and Lyra realized the terrible truth. The church was running experiments to sever children from their souls. This is one of the smartest plot twists I've seen. That night, masked men stormed the camp. Lyra was captured and taken to a cold, sterile facility. The uniforms, the strange machines. This was the soul-cutting laboratory. They strapped her down, ignoring her screams. A blade began to rise over her, but just before it fell, Mrs. Coulter appeared. She stopped the experiment, only to demand Lyra hand over the golden compass. Thinking fast, Lyra tricked her with a sealed iron box. The moment Coulter opened it, a giant insect flew out. Lyra bolted, smashing through locks and racing to the control room. She cranked every power switch to maximum, overloading the machines until they exploded in sparks. The children tried to flee but were blocked by guards, until the Egyptians burst in. Chaos erupted, swords clashing, men shouting. Just when it seemed the Egyptians would lose, a witch swooped down from the night sky, scattering the enemy in seconds. With the laboratory in ruins, Lyra set off north with Roger and iorek Bernison, toward the land of the armored bears. But on the way, cliff ghasts attacked, sending Lyra tumbling from Lee Scoresby's balloon. She landed hard in the snow, and opened her eyes to see a massive bear looming above her. It was an iorek. The stranger marched her to a glittering ice palace, where the bear king, Ifor Ragnarsson, ruled. As they spoke, Lyra noticed his pride, and his hatred for iorek. In a flash of cunning, she claimed to be iorek's demon, offering herself to Ifor if he could defeat iorek in single combat. To win the king's trust, she answered a question only a demon could know. Satisfied, Ifor accepted the challenge. Outside, the ground shook as iorek charged toward the palace, ready to face his old enemy and fight for his honor. The brutal fight left iorek badly wounded, but in a last surge of strength, he killed Ifor and reclaimed his throne. With iorek's help, Lyra found her uncle, Lord Asriel, in his remote mountain lab, but she soon realized he planned to sacrifice Roger in a demon-severing experiment to open a bridge to another world. Lyra raced to stop him, but she was too late. Roger died, and a shimmering crack in the sky appeared. Asriel stepped through, leaving Lyra devastated. Determined to learn the truth about dust, she followed him. On the other side lay Sitigas, a strange, empty city where the fruit was fresh but no people remained. There, she met Will, a boy from another world with no demon. They quickly realized they had both crossed through the rift and, despite their differences, shared the same dangerous path ahead. Though they came from different worlds and were different ages, Lyra and Will had arrived in this strange city at the same time, surely not by accident. Determined to find answers, they ventured deeper into the empty streets. Suddenly, Lyra spotted two girls in the distance and hurried after them. When they caught up, the girls explained that dark forces had recently attacked the city. The demons only targeted adults, so the children survived. The smart adults had fled, but those who stayed behind lost their souls to the demons. That was why the city now stood deserted. Will and Lyra soon reached a towering structure known as the Angel Tower. Will pulled out his phone and began taking pictures of the eerie surroundings. As they turned, they saw a figure standing motionless. It was someone whose soul had been taken, now little more than a dried corpse. The existence of the space rift in other worlds was no secret anymore. The church had ruled this world for centuries and now faced a threat to their power. To stop it, they captured a witch and subjected her to brutal interrogation, led by Coulter. But Coulter cared little about the witch's fate. Her sole interest was Lyra, her own daughter. Coulter cruelly broke the witch's energy source, branches growing from her body, forcing her to endure terrible pain. She demanded to know why the witches cared so deeply about Lyra and the prophecy surrounding her. The witches, in turn, were anxious and saddened by Lyra's disappearance, for she was the child destined to open a new world and topple the church's centuries-old reign. Seraphina, the leader of the witches, entrusted Lee Scoresby with a special token, a means to summon her if Lyra was ever in danger. Meanwhile, Ruta Scotty, leader of another tribe, sought Seraphina's help to rescue a captured witch. Seraphina refused, focused solely on finding Lyra, but Scotty decided to act alone. After enduring horrific torture, the captured witch finally revealed part of the prophecy but withheld the most critical details to protect her tribe. Just as Scotty arrived to rescue her, she was forced to kill the witch to keep the secret safe. Her demon vanished with her death. The church convened an urgent meeting. Their new high priest had taken power after the previous one was killed by Scotty during her assault on the church's soldiers. Seeking revenge, the church launched a devastating airship attack on the witch's mountain home, bombarding it relentlessly. Seraphina could only watch helplessly as her people's sanctuary was destroyed. Thus began a brutal war between witches and church. Later, Lyra and Will discovered they both came from Oxford, England, though from different realities. Lyra's world was a blend of science and magic, while Will's was more modern. Eager to learn about dark matter from Will's world, they stepped through the rift into the real world. Lyra's excitement got the better of her. She dashed outside and narrowly avoided being hit by a speeding car. Feeling out of place but guided kindly by Will, she began to explore this unfamiliar world. Unbeknownst to them, they were being followed by Carlo, who had his own secret plans. Just then, Will's phone regained signal and buzzed with messages from his mother. Realizing it was time to part ways, the two friends decided to separate for now. Their journey's only just beginning. Lyra and Will arranged a time and place to meet again. After parting ways, Lyra headed to a museum, hoping to uncover more about the mysteries surrounding her. Guided by the Golden Compass, she found her way to a research room where she met Dr. Mary Malone, an expert in dark matter. Surprised that such a young girl showed interest in this complex field, Mary invited Lyra to her laboratory. Once connected to a device, Lyra watched as a dark matter signal appeared on the screen. Dr. Mary's eyes widened in astonishment, and she quickly jotted down notes. To them, dark matter seemed as powerful and mysterious as the Golden Compass itself, a key to answering many of their questions. Lyra realized Dr. Mary was a crucial ally, and there was much to do, perhaps even involving Bernison back home. Suddenly, she remembered her appointment with Will and hurried off. Meanwhile, Will had been waiting for a long time and was growing frustrated. In this modern world, he was a fugitive, hunted by the police. Soon, the two reunited and returned to Sitagaza together. The next day, Lyra returned to find Dr. Mary alone, but before they could delve deeper, a policeman arrived, one of Carlo's subordinates. While they spoke, the doctor cleverly distracted the officer, giving Lyra a chance to slip away. Little did Lyra know, she had just fallen into a trap carefully set in motion. At the same time, a falcon arrived to visit Bernison. The falcon greeted the armored bear politely but was met with cold dismissal. This falcon was no ordinary bird. It was the demon of Seraphina, leader of the witches. Though Bernison initially refused to listen, the falcon pressed on, seeking news of Lyra. When Bernison heard Lyra's name, he stopped in his tracks. Lyra was his friend. The falcon explained that war had erupted between the witches and the church, and that Seraphina's forces wanted to protect Lyra, the child of prophecy. Bernison confirmed Lyra had passed through the space rift, and the falcon left swiftly. Back in the city, Lyra was running for her life, chased by a strange man after the Golden Compass. Gasping for breath, she was forced to stop when a car pulled up beside her. Carlo, pretending to be a passerby, offered her a ride. With no other choice, Lyra got in, escaping the immediate danger. But as the car drove on, Lyra's unease grew. Carlo's friendly facade felt false. When the car stopped, he let her out, kindly reminding her to take her back. Opening it, Lyra's heart sank. The golden compass was gone. It dawned on her that the entire chase and Carlo's timely arrival had been a trap. Meanwhile, Will searched Sitagaza for Lyra. He noticed a shadowy figure sneaking around and chased after them, only to find the same little girl he had met earlier. She warned him of a ghostly figure seen in the Angel Tower, a building with no doors. The mystery deepened. Before Will could investigate further, he found a note from Lyra explaining she had returned to the real world. Without hesitation, Will crossed the space rift to follow her. Though Lyra felt lost without the golden compass, Will was equally disappointed. He had hoped to use it to find his own missing father. Now, more than ever, he was determined to help Lyra recover it. Just then, Lyra's demon noticed something, a business card left behind by Carlo. Honestly, this scene gave me chills. Lyra and Will used the information on Carlo's business card to find his house. Carlo was waiting for them calmly, holding the golden compass that Lyra had lost. To their surprise, Carlo revealed he knew everything about their true identities and that they were in Sitagaza City all along. He made them an unexpected offer. To get the golden compass back, they first had to find a very special knife hidden inside the Angel Tower. This knife was no ordinary weapon. It had the incredible power to cut through anything. And even more amazingly, one edge could open portals between worlds. Lyra and Will returned to the tower and searched carefully, but there were no visible doors or entrances at first. They finally discovered a hidden passage beneath an angel statue and went inside. At the top of the tower, they found an old man tied up, who told them that someone had stolen the magic knife. Just then, the thief appeared, brandishing the legendary knife. In a reckless act, the thief swung the blade and cut off the head of the angel statue, terrifying Lyra and Will. Without hesitation, Will fought the thief to get the knife back but was pushed out of the window in the struggle. In that moment, he lost 2 fingers, a painful price for the battle. Despite the injury, Will refused to give up. He continued fighting, eventually grabbing the knife and forcing the thief to flee. The old man, Giacomo, revealed to Will that the loss of fingers was the price for being chosen to wield the knife. He then began to teach Will how to use its powerful abilities, including how to open and close portals between worlds with a simple motion, like pulling a zipper. With the knife now in their hands, Lyra and Will made a plan to sneak back to Carlo's house, hidden beneath the Angel Tower, and reclaim the golden compass. As they moved quietly, a sudden noise caught their attention. Coulter's demon, a golden monkey named Ozymandias, appeared, and inside the house, Lyra heard a chilling cry. Seeing Coulter there shocked Lyra deeply. Fear and confusion gripped her, and she instinctively tried to run away. But Carlo stepped in and blocked her path. The moment was tense, and Lyra knew things were about to get even more complicated. Coulter looked at Lyra, her daughter she hadn't seen in so long. With a rare softness in her eyes, she handed over the golden compass, saying all she had done was to protect Lyra. But without hesitation, Lyra commanded her demon to attack Coulter's demon, Ozymandias, who quickly fell powerless to the ground. In the chaos, Will managed to escape Carlo's grasp, taking Lyra safely back through the space rift to Sitagaza City. Determined to bring her daughter back, Coulter decided to follow them despite Carlo's warnings about the dangerous demons in that world, demons that preyed only on adults. She knew then those demons must have swallowed dust, the very thing she had studied for over a decade. This only strengthened her resolve. The next day, Coulter and Carlo set out for Sitagaza. While Carlo cowered in fear as demons approached, Coulter walked on calmly, commanding the demons who oddly obeyed her every order. After a long day searching without finding Lyra, a witch named Lena appeared, warning Coulter to leave at once. But Coulter shocked her by attacking and forcing Lena to reveal the truth. According to an ancient prophecy, Lyra was more than just a girl. She was Eve, destined to end a great war. Despite the grim history of all Eve's falling, Coulter was determined to protect her daughter, even though her decision clashed with her husband's. Climbing to the top of the tower, Coulter ordered her demons to find Lyra. They soon located her resting in the mountains, and under Coulter's command, they drained the souls of the witch Lena. Will was missing, but Coulter's focus was unshaken. Meanwhile, Asriel appeared in a distant cave, shouting to the heavens, pleading with the angels for help to overthrow the church and create a free, democratic world. And so, this chapter of his Dark Materials ends, full of hope, betrayal, and the promise of revolution. Until next time.